Hi, welcome to Sci-Fi Journal for December. I'm Jay Kingston. Sitting to my right is Donna Drapo, and to my extreme right, Mark Morisseau. Twinkie the Magic Elf is missing this week, and he's out driving a truck somewhere in the United States.
Twinkie.
Where is Twinkie the Magic Elf?
Twinkie the Magic Elf, otherwise known as Calvin Watts, right now, if you look at the map, is in New Mexico.
Yay! Having some refried beans as we speak.
Down at the old yellow push pin right there. There he is. I put it in
yellow? How about?
Well, I had to find a different color.
Now, why is there a red push pin in Louisiana?
Well, because that's where he was last time he was on the road.
Oh.
We said it was in Louisiana.
We're just going to trace a little trail there?
We'll just trace him. Well, if we actually traced everywhere he went, there'd be like push pins all over the country.
Yes, it's Geography 101, the United States as a country. Welcome. So, let's see. We've got a little bit of stuff to cover this month.
We have a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Not as many clips. As a matter of fact, no clips.
Why don't we explain that?
Why don't we explain that? Well, you see, apparently there's been quite a crackdown nationwide on people using clips, unauthorized clips in cable access shows such as this, or regular television shows without permission. So while we are scurrying desperately to get permission from all the major networks and from the studios, we'll be talking about what's going on instead of just showing it.
Not as much fun.
Not as much fun, but, you know, with some colorful dialogue and a few well-placed phrases.
Puppets.
Where did I leave my car?
We'll use the little action figures and then reenact.
Yeah, that's true.
This week on Buffy, I'll kill you, you nasty vampire! I hate you! Die! Oh. So, it'll be fun. Puff. You're out of here, Mr. Vampire. No more vampire, you're gone. You can go back to Louisiana with Mr. Anne Rice and have some funny big snot bag you. So, well.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Star Trek is going to be opening up. Getting into sci-fi news. Do you like my segue?
No, but
my
that's
segue?
Okay. Your segue?
Star Trek Insurrection is going to be opening up December 11th.
December 11th.
And from what we hear, it's a good one, too.
It does seem like a very good one.
Oh, I'm supposed to be looking at the middle camera now. Thank you. Those darn sneaky tally lights are gone. December 11th, Jean-Luc gets upset. What a surprise. Riker actually takes the broomstick out of his butt for change.
That's right.
And,
they're supposed to resolve this. I think one of the storylines is they're supposed to resolve that little conflict between Riker and Troy, that Imzadi thing. They're going to work on that a little bit as well.
So a lot of heavy breathing.
A lot of
heavy
breathing.
Laser blasts.
So Worf going to kick Riker's backside?
I don't think so. No, because of that.
That's right. He dumped Troy.
Yeah.
And
he married. He
didn't really dump her. He just kind of got married behind her.
Well, they kind of worked it out of the storyline.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. But that's one of the sidelines. There's a lot of new ships in this one too. There's like 4 or 5 different new Federation vessels, and the enemy is one of those guys that gets his. Did you see the clips for it? They stretch his face and.
Yeah, it's like Play-Doh face.
Yeah.
It's Captain Action of the future.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about Captain Action later too, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
It does. It's basically you can sum it up as watch Picard, Riker, Data, and all those other wacky characters run around and try to save the universe yet once again.
But it looks like a lot of fun.
It does. It actually looks good, and I'm surprised they haven't hyped it more than they have.
They've been, they just started. Well, it shows up as trailers on different videos.
Right.
It's also getting played on UPN.
On UPN?
Yes,
one of the Fox stations
NBC too, I think.
Yeah. They've been showing highlights from it. At the beginning,
been seeing it a lot.
If you're up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll see it on all the different stations.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, the rumors were flying that it really wasn't going to be a good movie, and fans were already dissing it and so forth. But now, as time has gone on and more of the plot has been revealed, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So.
Speaking of fans and their reaction to different clips, I was reading some of the things that were published in the Journal Bulletin this past week about fans who had actually spent $7 or $8 to go watch the Star Wars trailer and then got up and left before Meet Joe Black or The Waterboy came on.
Was it the Enemy of the State, the Star Wars trilogy thing with the new thing? It's on that too.
Right.
And they said it's the best part of that movie. I haven't seen it, so I can't say, but People are going to see the movie just to see Star
Phantom
Wars.
Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another clip that we were hoping to show you, but we're not able to do so at this moment. We will in the future. We'll get it off.
Oh,
We'll get it off the internet. I guess they had a whole list of theaters that were listed on the internet. There was a whole list of theaters across the country that were going to show this particular trailer for Star Wars. All right, cut that out. And people
Just
actually
start
got on.
laughing.
People actually got on the internet, found out where the theater was going to be. Like you said, they paid their $7. They walked in, they watched the 2-minute trailer, and then boom, they walked out of the theater.
Well, suppose
I had
from
a
what I've
cigarette.
heard of it, it is worth paying the full price to see the movie just to see the trailer. It looks super.
It is, yeah, it is super. It's good. It's about 2 minutes long.
Yeah, I saw sections of it on commercials for like Entertainment Tonight or
Right.
something. And they've got Anakin's mother looks kind of like a geisha.
Right.
And they've got more or less a wireframe C-3PO. Is it?
C-3PO is like a regular robot, but he doesn't have all of his gold parts. He's only got certain sections of him. The
Right.
rest is all exposed wires.
Right.
The Yoda character look-alike. It's everybody. Somebody was saying how he looks really goofy, but from what I've heard, that's not really Yoda. It's
It's
another
Paul Williams.
character.
Hmm.
It's just another character that's the same
1960s
type of
lounge singer
creature.
Paul Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to be or the same type of species. Is that what you're saying?
Same species, but not Yoda. It's just a. That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
I'd heard it was a younger Yoda,
Okay,
a YY.
but he looks. It also looks like he was taller. Maybe Yoda shrinks.
As he
I
gets
don't
older.
know.
Yeah, well, we all do.
Don't-
Look at
yeah,
Jay.
Like
Well-
a frightened turtle.
I could say something.
yeah,
I'm
let's not go
going
there.
to.
You wouldn't have any proof.
So hopefully we'll have that trailer for you in the near future.
Other
What
than
about?
the obvious dreams that you've had?
Oh yes, they're.
Let's move on. Let's move on. What about Bug's Life? Have you heard? I've heard good
Bugs
things about
Life,
that
yes.
movie.
This is a movie all about a Warner Brothers cartoon character, Rabbit. And,
No, not that Bug's Life.
oh, I'm sorry.
The one with the
I'm
ants.
sorry, the ants,
And he
yes.
recruits
Yeah,
all
all
these
the
other
ants
bugs.
You mean
that-
the Disney Pixar film?
The one that- yeah, the
Sorry,
one
I
that
have
was-
to say registered trademark, Disney Pixar. Okay.
Copyrighted, 1998, right?
Yes. Every time you say that, you have to
Okay.
just put that stamp up there.
Hold it up. But that looks pretty good as well.
I'm not going to hold it up.
No? All right.
Oh, you mean the stamp? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And Enemy of the State was another movie. That's just
Enema
been-
of the State?
Enemy of the State. Somebody shut this guy up. will you? Enemy of the State looks like another good movie
Will Smith.
with Will Smith.
Yeah, well, I like Will Smith anyway. I think this is the first time he's done a non-alien role, unless there's a twist ending
Oh,
to the
good.
movie.
Go ahead and give it away, Donna.
So yeah, he's not playing against any aliens in this show.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
it looks really good. And then Jack Frost, they just started showing.
Jack Frost looks
previews for
so
that one.
bizarre that I
With-
think it's going to be a huge hit.
With Michael
That
Keaton.
looks really
It
excellent.
really
I
looks
saw The Wizard of Oz at the theaters, and
Yep.
they had a nice long trailer for this there. And that you can't go by what they have on the TV right now because it doesn't show enough. It
Oh,
looks
there's more in
really
the
good. Yes,
trailer?
There's
Okay.
a lot more.
Okay, I guess like he gets into an accident or something.
He's a rock and roll singer or something, and he's
Right. You know,
touring,
You know, when
and
this
he
gets shown, I'm going to be
he
black
dies.
and blue from.
on the road touring. It's winter.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna be black and
Shush.
blue. You're gonna be blacked out thanks to special effects. We'll just wipe him out of the picture altogether.
And he'd given his kid a harmonica. It's a special
Video
harmonica.
TP.
I will just ignore them
Oh.
and continue.
Okay.
All right. So whenever the kid plays the harmonica, his dad says, "I'd hear it no matter where I am. I
Right.
will hear you." And I guess the kid's playing it as he dies,
This
and the
explanation
spirit
is
kind
actually
of goes
longer than the entire
into
film. So.
it goes into the
The
snowman.
snowman, and he becomes a snowman.
gonna
But it looks
Look,
ignore
the
good.
guy
him.
dies, becomes a snowman, then he comes back at the end.
He gets
Okay,
a- he gets a
story.
second
Thank
chance
you.
to be the best
TV
dad.
news: Buffy the
He
Vampire
gets-
Slayer.
Can I just finish?
No.
He gets another chance to be the dad he always should have been, and it looks good.
Okay. Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. They're laughing at us in the booth, but that's okay. Jay,
Yeah.
During that explanation, the amount of people who have died could fill the entire population of Nigeria.
all right, let's get into TV news with good old Buffy. the
Buffy.
Vampire Slayer.
Buffy.
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 Good
Angel's a
episodes.
good guy again.
Angel's a good guy.
Angel's a
again,
good guy again.
which is nice. The last
I like
one
the
we
way
watched-
they did it. That three-way battle royal where the Jekyll and Hyde character fought the werewolf, and then Angel took off after him, and took care of him.
Yep.
I didn't see it.
Oh, that was
Didn't see that
horrible.
one.
Ooh.
The
I
latest
think
one
I was away.
the latest one I saw was the one where Spike comes back. He's going
Yes.
after his. I guess he misses his
He
girlfriend.
misses Drusilla, and he
Drusilla.
wants to get a love potion to get
Right.
Drusilla back.
Mm.
And in the process of trying to get all the components for the spell, he realized that being a real bad guy is more fun, and that's the true way to win Drusilla back.
Right.
So
So
he's
he-
back.
But in the meantime, Cordelia, towards the end, I like the way they did that. Towards the end, Cordelia gets injured. She falls down a staircase.
Yes,
And
they're
she
like a
gets
spike right through her
impaled. Yeah, she
stomach.
gets impaled. And then they switch to a scene of a funeral. And everybody thinks, oh my God, they knocked off Cordelia, knocked off that character. But then they pan over and you see Buffy and Willow talking to each other. And you
Yeah.
find out that she hasn't died. She lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And she's in a hospital and stuff.
I started throwing things at the
Yeah,
TV
and my
set.
wife did too. Oh no, they killed off Cordelia. But they really did, and it was really well done.
But they did catch, was it Willow and Xander
Together.
together.
It's like a soap
so now
opera.
Oz and Cordelia are both mad at Willow and Xander.
Yeah, but it's a cute little plot twist.
Yeah.
But I can't blame Xander.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but
Because of
Xander,
Willow, yeah, Willow's pretty.
this is
Okay.
kind of a geek alert thing here going on. But I know they're not real characters.
Bing,
But
bing.
Xander had
And you thought the
all
Jack
this
Frost
time
explanation was fun.
to start to like Willow, and now that Willow's got somebody, he realizes that Willow's worth having.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
true. So we'll see what happens with that. That should be a lot of fun. Okay, Babylon 5, River of Souls. Has
Can I
anyone
kill
seen
you?
that particular?
Speaking of
Special
babbling
movie.
on, what?
Speaking of Babylon, did you see B5?
I did not
River
see
of
River
Souls?
of Souls, no.
Did you see it?
No.
Well, we're not going to talk
Haven't
about that
caught
one this
Babylon
month
5.
because we didn't watch it, but
No.
we did catch the last episode of Babylon 5, which was well done.
Okay.
Yep, and I guess Sheridan goes off into the eternal light or something. You saw bits and pieces of
Basically,
that,
yeah. It's every time. I guess what happens is it's a very biblical reference where he is taken. He doesn't really die. He's
Right.
taken by Lorien and the rest of the assemblage out there at the rim,
too.
and which always bothered me. I mean, if it's out at the rim, what's beyond the rim?
That's
I mean,
just
isn't
it.
the rim usually the edge of something?
Yeah, we don't know.
Right.
So,
Right.
but it will continue with Crusade, which is supposed to pick up. At first, they said it was going to pick up in January,
Right.
and now it looks like it's not going to premiere until February or March.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
been bounced back.
they
a
want
few
more
months.
time to work on it and
Right.
stuff. But it looks pretty good. All right, Deep Space Nine and Voyager will throw all the Trek stuff together.
Mhm.
Deep Space Nine this season, I've enjoyed so far. I've only caught a couple of episodes.
It's been very good.
Yeah, the last one I caught was when they played the baseball game
Yeah.
against the Vulcans.
That was great.
That was neat.
so good.
And I thought it was neat too that you saw at the beginning, instead of the national anthem, they played the theme from the Federation, I guess.
mhm.
That's the first time on Star Trek that you ever heard that Federation
Right.
theme. So that was a little geeky thing that I enjoyed.
The latest
yeah.
episode that I've seen of Deep Space Nine is an episode where Bashir and the new Dax character, Esri Dax, and Dr. I said Bashir.
You said
Bashir, Esri Dax, Cisco, Quark, and Rom
Yep.
help to defend Nog. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
It's it's nice having somebody behind the cameras for a change.
Who
instead
knows
of
what
having
she's
it
talking
locked
about.
down. No kidding.
Yeah.
They defend a relay station for some kind of communications array.
Right. It used to be a Gem and Oz station.
Right, and they're defending it from the Gem Hadar. And what I got out of that episode was it was almost an homage to Bite Me. It was an homage
An
to
homage
the
to
movie
Bite Me?
Platoon.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was
all right.
very good.
Okay.
See, I know how to wrap something up succinctly.
You are babbling
you
on and
bleacho.
on, just like you said that I was babbling
Babble. I
on.
didn't even go a minute. Jeez.
In
I
Voyager,
gotta shave again by the time you get through describing something.
Voyager is like compared to DS9 is not as good. I'm trying to be diplomatic about this. I enjoy Voyager. I like DS9 more. The last couple of Voyager episodes have been really well
It's got
done.
great production values.
Yeah.
The scripts aren't there. That's what.
Well,
Yeah.
I liked the last one. I haven't been watching either of them that much, but the last Voyager episode I saw was one with Chakotay and Harry Kim.
They go back in time. Okay, leave him alone. He'll wake up later.
It's not the length, it's her voice. That's what it is. You know, if they could bottle that, you'd have a cure for... No.
Should I start talking like a valley girl or like a cheerleader or something?
Okay, you were saying.
No, he's falling asleep.
Above Voyager.
I enjoyed that episode. They went back in time because to correct a mistake that they had made with trying to lead the Voyager ship through the slipstream.
The quantum slipstream.
Yes.
Yeah, which is good. And at the end of the episode, they end up another 30 light years or 30 years off their. I think it was 10 years. That's what it was. 10 years cut off their voyage.
Yes.
So, which makes you think that by the end of the season, they're going to end up at least at the edge of the Alpha Quadrant. I think that's the plan.
Maybe.
At least I hope it is.
Yeah.
To bring them back, because
Take out your thumb.
they could really do a whole lot more if they brought Voyager back to the Alpha Quadrant, you know. And LeVar Burton directed that episode. He did a special appearance as a captain of the Challenger.
Yes,
which
without
was,
the little visor. He's got
without the little visor,
blue
he's got the
eyes.
little eyes now, which is pretty cool.
Well, it kind of actually they're normal sized eyes. They're not little.
I know what you mean. All right, you're right. I stand corrected. Moving on.
You know, you send Bluetooth here to England for 2 weeks, shake her gently, and she comes back like this.
I know.
Yeah, I also had a lot of fun telling everybody that Dax dies.
Oh, they didn't know
You
that?
spoiled it for us. Oh, no. All of England and Scotland is really pissed off right now.
Everybody in Scotland going, the wheelhouse bites the business.
Oh, no, Daddy. Oh,
The kilts and it up around.
okay, Hercules and Xena. I haven't been watching a whole lot of Hercules
I have.
and Xena, but you like that show, so
Good
go ahead.
stuff. Good stuff.
Go ahead. What's the last one you saw?
The last one that I saw was Hercules. Now, there's been one since. I'm probably going to catch it tomorrow. But the last one that I saw was Hercules with the Norse gods and trying to stop Ragnarok.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
All right. Brimstone is on Fox. There's a new series from Fox. And I really wasn't sure what it was going to be like. I thought it was going to be a Spawn ripoff. But I've enjoyed that show so far. It's on Friday nights on Channel 11, I think is Fox Television. It's about a cop who dies and because he killed his wife's rapist. And he comes back 15 years later with a chance to redeem himself because 300 or so souls have escaped from hell.
Right.
And it's his job to bring them back. But the interaction between him and the devil is really interesting. It's a good. It's not too supernatural and freaky, and yet you feel bad for the character. You know he's torn with emotions in that he doesn't want to send all these people back to where they came from, but he has to in order to gain his life back. There's little comic relief things, like one of the things in one episode, he goes to a candy store and he asks for a Reggie bar. He's got a craving for a Reggie bar, which I haven't seen since the 1980s, but he doesn't know this because it's 15 years later. And little interactions like that make the show enjoyable.
What we don't have on the list yet, but I've been enjoying, is the Sci-Fi Saturday lineup. The Poltergeist, The Legacy, Outer Limits, and Stargate SG-1 somewhat.
Okay. Now,
those are good shows.
Speaking of Sci-Fi Channel, what's the story up with Sci-Fi Entertainment? Have they canceled that show?
I think so. I haven't seen it.
I think they pulled a plug on it. Because it hasn't been...
Bring back the buzz.
It hasn't been... Yeah. They canceled
Definitely.
Sci-Fi
Bring
Buzz.
back the buzz. The buzz was
The buzz
great.
was great.
Yep. They brought on Sci-Fi Entertainment with Chase Masterson. And who was the other guy? Who was the guy?
I don't know, but even hair cleavage couldn't save that
I know.
show.
He lasted a couple of weeks, then they yanked him off the air, then they had just Chase, and now that show's gone altogether.
Yeah.
So you're left with Sci-Fi
I liked
Channel.
Mike Jarek and the cast and crew of the supporting. Was it Dave DeSaro?
Yep.
I
He
believe
was
so.
cute.
Yeah.
I'll take
So
your
anyway,
word for it.
so bring back the buzz if you're able to. And then there's another show that I want to recommend, which is usually on real early Sunday mornings. It's called War Planets. We talked about that over at Donna's Secret Garden. It was an animated show based on the toys.
Show them the clip.
I wish I could.
No, you got it right there.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Show them the clip.
This is the clip from War Planets right there.
Trust us, it's good.
It's really good. It's well done. It's all.
With the little action figures.
It's
I'm going to destroy you.
I can't win. I can't win. It's computer generated. It's really well done. It's Sunday mornings.
You know, the sad thing was, if she could speak a little more succinctly, she'd actually get out of the basement of the State House.
That's true.
Go ahead.
Sunday mornings on
Mushroom Theory.
WPIX, and also Channel 28 runs it. So if you're up that early, or set your VCR, it's really worth it. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Captain
well done.
Simeon's still on. That's always entertaining.
That's also entertaining.
Every
as well.
time I try to see that, it's always repeats.
They know you're watching.
Yeah. Okay, before this gets any worse and they start duking it out here, let's go to a clip which we have legal right to use. Mary Kelly, our own camera person, recently interviewed Paul
Mary, give
Eno.
yourself a hand.
Yay. She goes like this.
She just grabbed his
Paul Eno, who's got a new book.
Watch
It's
how you
called-
phrase that.
Hi, I'm Mary Kelly for Sci-Fi Journal, and my guest today is Paul Eno. Paul is a local author and publisher, and he has a background in journalism. He's worked for the Providence Journal as a news editor, and for the Observer publications as managing editor. And he's also done a number of articles for Yankee Magazine, Fate, Pursuit, and American History. But he's here today to discuss his book, Faces at the Window. And Faces at the Window involves his investigations into the paranormal. Good morning, Paul. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Paul, I was wondering if you could tell us, how do you go about investigating the paranormal? What are some of your tools?
Well,
Tricks of the
generally,
trade.
when I hear about a case, people often call me, and they'll be quite afraid, things of this kind. So when I go into a house, or an area, it doesn't necessarily have to be a house, I always have a camera, several cameras. I always have what's called a Gauss meter, which reads electrical fields. And it will tell you by number what the force of the electrical field is. Also, I'll have a tape recorder. Now, what I use these things for are not what some other investigators use them for. Tape recorders often are used by investigators as recorders of electronic voice phenomena, or EVP. I don't generally trust that very much. It's sort of a new form of investigation, and I use it just simply to record interviews with the people who've experienced phenomena.
I see.
The Gauss meter gives you an indication of when there are fluctuating electrical fields in an area. It's not a dead giveaway, pardon the pun, but it is a clue that there may be something going on if there's no other source for electrical fields. Because I believe that ghosts and poltergeists are primarily electrical in the way they function, just as we are. You know, our minds and our brains and our muscles function pretty much by the firing of electrical neurons, things of that kind. So we're all kind of electrical, and as I believe these things are too.
I see. But your primary tool is photographic?
I rely a great deal on photography, what was known in the last century as psychic photography. Now, psychic photography is the apparent ability of these phenomena to become recorded on film emulsion, or even digitally. And when I see something of this kind on a picture, I will first of all have it. When I say this kind, I mean, you know, ghostly streaks or faces or cloudy sort of plasmic material. I will have it examined by an expert who will be able to tell, just simply by looking at it, if it's light reflecting off something, if there's some other possible explanation. If indeed they think there is something to this, then it will go to a photo lab where it'll be enhanced on a computer. And people will be able to see generally if this is an object behind this reflecting light or something of this kind. No lab can tell you that this is a ghost on the film. However, they can tell you what it is not, and that's how you narrow things down for another possible clue as to the phenomena and what is going on in the particular area.
I see. And one of the photos is on the cover of your book here.
Yes. That's
If we could get a close-up of that.
yes, that was quite a remarkable photo that we were able to catch in Bristol, Connecticut a number of years ago for a case of a poltergeist that was a little odd in that it threatened an entire neighborhood. And you can certainly read about it in the book, but it does have quite a cover shot, I think. And it's of a face, literally, that was in the window of a shack that was being torn down. And while it was being torn down, the workers, the foreman at least, said that he felt the cold hands around his neck, and they considered retreat the better part of valor, and that they decided not to continue working on this project. Later it was torn down, but not before I had come in and done some investigation and got this picture, as well as a number of other recordings of people's descriptions of phenomena and a number of other things that occurred.
I see. One of your other cases is the Bridgeport poltergeist. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's probably the best known case that I've worked on. It was way back in 1974. And what occurred was rather unfortunate because the press and the media got involved to a large degree, and the thing turned into a circus. We had a house in Bridgeport that had experienced poltergeist phenomena. Now, poltergeist is a German word for noisy spirit. And what occurs in these cases is that objects move by unseen means, poundings will occur on walls, there will be sometimes strange smells, rooms will fill with a smoky plasmic type substance, things of this kind. It's quite upsetting, actually, for the people who live in the house, especially when they don't know what it is. What occurred on this particular Sunday morning, after a number of months of pounding on the walls, was objects simply flying all over the house, furniture being upturned and moving across rooms, objects, pictures flying off the walls. The people called the police. The police came in, and there is reproduced in the book part of a police report in which three policemen stood around and saw a 300-pound refrigerator lift itself up off the floor and turn around, things of this kind. Neighbors called some friends of mine who were investigators, and they called me. Well, they didn't really call me, and I was on my way down to their house for dinner and kind of ran right into this. So we were in this house for 3 days, really examining and studying and trying to get some help for these people they were Roman Catholics, so we tried to call in a Catholic priest, which was not always easy in those days because they were very picky about publicity, and the diocese was very wary of sending someone in. So it was rather a chaotic situation, but it was very interesting.
I should say so. One of the other cases you discuss is the Lost City in Pomfret, Connecticut.
Well, the Lost Village, or the
Lost
Village of Voices.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's in Pomfret, Connecticut, and you can go in there, I believe, to this day and hear dogs barking, cows mooing, people talking as though it was a normal day in the life of somebody else many years ago. And we have a number of photographs from that case as well, and that was way back in the 70s also. And it was, I think in this case we had literally time kind of warp or slip, whatever you want to describe it as, displacement, in which we have literally sounds and pictures from the past literally coming through into the modern day, and modern physics may have something to say about that. So we're not looking at superstition here necessarily.
Okay, that's interesting. Now I understand you're working on a few more cases.
Yes, I have 2 cases right now. Burrillville seems to be hopping at the moment. There are 2 cases there which are quite interesting. I have a photograph from that I think it's going to be the cover of the next book. It'll knock people's socks off. We have a case also in that same town of a woman who has it's a psychopathological situation, and her therapist is involved, and her therapist fortunately is very open-minded to these phenomena. And so we're working with a number of professionals on this, which I try to do whenever I can, all the way from engineers to physicists to psychotherapists, and see if we can get a handle on what's happening and help these people.
What's going on, yeah. That's good. Now, I understand you do appearances like book signings and that kind of thing. Do you have anything coming up?
Well, they always drag me out at Halloween, so I was doing a number of signings there. The next event in this area is February 20th, when I'll be at the Barnes & Noble bookstore in Bellingham, Massachusetts, doing a book signing and a lecture presentation with a slide presentation as well.
Okay. Well, Paul, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
Good luck to you, too.
Thank you. Now back.
Thank you, Mary. Nice job. All right, Mary Kelly.
Golf clap.
Golf clap.
Golf clap.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's get into our Essential Sci-Fi Library for this month is, since it's the end of the year show, we're going to do top 5 favorites for 1998, what they liked, what they disliked for this particular year. And I'm going to start us off. One of the things that I liked for 1998 was Lost in Space. I'm going to cover my head. There we go. The movie Lost in Space. Focus, Mary, focus.
Mark, you've never looked better.
I know. Right? All right, I enjoyed this movie. The time travel thing kind of gave me a headache, but it was pretty well done. It's out on video now, and hopefully I'll get it as a Christmas gift. Deborah, are you listening? Yeah.
Hint.
So that'll be nice. My second choice for top choices of 1998 would be Star Trek customizable card game, the DS9 version. And I brought the customizable card game box, the regular card game, with me. Here we go. Oh, right there. There we go, just like that. Don't have to focus on it. That's okay. I'll just hold it up. All right.
Isn't he
Put it
cute?
down. Okay. Put it down. So that's my second choice. They just came out with a Deep Space Nine version of this customizable card game that you can play alone, or you can play in conjunction with the regular card game, which I thought was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm still talking. I'm still talking. My third choice would probably be the two asteroid disaster movies for this year, Armageddon and Deep Impact. I'm going to pool them together because I thought to just throw them in one bunch. Armageddon was a lot of fun. Deep Impact was a good chick flick. It was like a date movie, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was more emotional than Armageddon. Armageddon was all action and suspense and bang 'em ups, and Mary Gilly hated it, but that's all right. So, Armageddon, Deep Impact would be my next choice. And then last but not least, one of the highlights I thought for '98 was in the world of comic books was the Green Lantern crossovers that DC put out this year. They did a lot of, they brought back Hal Jordan, which was one of the favorite Green Lantern
I thought he was dead.
characters. He is dead, but they brought him back for the summer.
And he
was
He looks awful, but they brought him back. It also led to a number of one-shot specials for Green Lantern, so expect to see a lot more Green Lantern in 1999. So
Hal Jordan,
Hal Jordan.
test pilot turned musician. Now he's been decomposing.
Exactly.
So
Oh, I get it. It was a joke. And then, so those are my top choices for 1998. Take it
Okay.
away.
My top choices, well, they included Lost in Space as well. And
Did it really?
yeah,
You're not
well,
just saying
No,
that.
I liked that.
Okay.
And Armageddon, which is why I brought in the movie thing, but you already talked about those.
Okay.
Going on to books, Kiran Yaga by Mike Resnick.
God bless you.
I think that's going to be Hugo nominated. Hopefully he'll get it. I really thought that was a great book. It's about Africa, bits and pieces, the tribe, they moved to another planet. And because Earth has lost all the animals and they're trying to rebuild and get back the civilization of the Kikuyus, which is one of the African tribes.
Hmm.
And it was really well done. Another book was Alien Influences by Christine Catherine Rush. And I think I talked about that in last month's episode,
Yep,
so
we
we'll
did.
just skip over that and kick over to Laurel K. Hamilton. I've talked about those books a lot. This is her latest.
Yeah. Pay no attention to the Dalek in the picture.
They got the werewolves are back. Richard, her ex-boyfriend, is back and causing a bit of a problem for her.
now is that supposed to be a house in the background?
No,
with
that
No,
windows?
that
is-
looks like a werewolf.
That's,
No, I know
yeah.
it's
I
intended
think
to
it's
look like a
supposed to
werewolf.
be
but
trees.
oh, okay, because it
and
looks
it's just-
like
yeah,
a
it's supposed
house
to
with
look
lights on in it. Very well done. It's an effective
It's
cover.
cool.
Yeah, very cool.
It doesn't fuck.
These books, if you like werewolves, vampires, and a lot of action, I can't say enough about them.
If you like
They're just-
werewolves, vampires, and a lot of action, you'll love Blue Moon now at bookstores.
Any of those Laurel K. Hamilton books. They're all the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter books. And
Okay.
they're just a great read. Very easy, nothing intense or deep about it. I mean, well, they are intense. Not for younger viewers, but they're great.
But lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Good.
They're like popcorn. The
Nice.
fluff books.
Okay, Jay, recommendations, highlights for
Recommendation,
1998.
highlights for the year. Okay, recommendation number one. There is a Frank Frazetta retrospective that came out this year. Fabulous. It's in the bookstores. It's a bit pricey. Get it. If you're an art fan, Frazetta is the guy who started the whole renaissance in science fiction art. I recommend it highly. Another science fiction pick that I would recommend wholeheartedly, and I'm going to admit right now I'm very prejudiced about it because he's a dear friend of ours, Bob Eggleton's Book of Sea Serpents.
Yes,
It's,
definitely.
excellent,
Good
excellent
book.
book. It's a nice compendium of sea
Didn't it make the
serpents.
New York Times bestseller list?
It did it?
I believe so.
I think it did,
Ooh.
but I'm not
I believe
sure.
so.
Wow.
It's fabulous, and we're going to try and get Bob here soon to talk a little bit about it.
He's enjoying married life at the
He's
moment.
enjoying married life, and while I'm on the subject, we'd just like to, we here at Sci-Fi Journal and the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club would like to pass along our condolences to Bob and his family on the loss of his father. Bob's father was a really great guy, a brilliant man, and everyone in this country just about has something to remember Bob's father by. He's the gentleman who developed the process by which Teflon is coated to steel pans. So anytime you cook an egg or something like that, you've got Mr. Eggleton to thank for it. And he was just a great guy. He was one of those people who could say volumes with very few words. He was just fabulous. So, having said that, moving on to my next sci-fi picks, my essential library, I'm going to go to 2 animated shows. Superman, the animated series. I've waited a long time to see something like that come out. It's a perfect complement to the Batman series.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
very
a
good.
great show. It's very well done. The characters are right there. The scripts are fantastic, and the animation is superb. Another one, my kids will probably not forgive me if I fail to mention Pokemon, the cartoon show. Typical Japanese animation. It's just silly enough to be enjoyable, and the concept is pretty neat. And the Game Boy game itself, as I predicted a month or 2 ago, is selling like hotcakes.
Is it?
As soon as they get in the stores, they disappear.
They have a red version and a blue version.
Right,
Is that
and
how it
both are
runs?
selling out.
Okay.
So, and if I have to make a final pick, I've got to agree with you guys. Lost in Space was the way to go with movies this year. It was just a fun script. It was nice. It was nice to revisit childhood again. And it was a nice way to do it. Gary Oldman was absolutely fantastic as Dr. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my 5
And they're
picks.
thinking about, they're working on possible sequel
That would be great.
as well. They're on track for at least 3.
That would be
Lacey
really good.
Chabert takes off some of the eye makeup.
Yeah, would be nice. Oh, she's cute.
I liked
She's a
her.
cute little actress.
She's-
Yeah, but the eye makeup has got to go.
Yeah.
Too
no,
heavy.
I like
Yeah,
it.
no, you're wrong.
No.
You're wrong.
I'm surprised we
My
didn't
I'm
take-
see.
always
you're
wrong.
I'm surprised we didn't see.
Nice to see you admit it.
I'm surprised I didn't see any Vision cameras coming out for Christmas, but I guess it wasn't successful enough to
I was
do
also
that.
to blame for Hurricane Mitch.
Who blamed you for Hurricane
I get blamed
Mitch?
for everything.
Really?
No, you did not cause Hurricane Mitch. You certainly didn't help matters, but it's not your fault.
What would you say, if anything, was the biggest disappointment for 1998 in terms of sci-fi, fantasy, or horror?
Sci-fi
For a lot of
fantasy.
people.
The biggest disappointment?
Hmm.
For a lot of people, not for me, but for a lot of people, I'd say Godzilla. I think it did not live up to the hype. I
Right.
liked it.
Well, it
I
definitely
liked it a
did
lot.
not live up to hype. No.
In fact, the cartoon series is better than the movie.
Yes,
A lot better.
on Fox.
Yeah.
Fox Saturday mornings.
If they do another movie, they're going to have to bring in another monster.
Right. That's the only way they'll be able to
That's
make it
the
a
only way
Godzilla.
they're going to do something.
And a
like
lot of people say it was a good monster movie, but it wasn't a Godzilla movie.
that. No.
I enjoyed it.
So I
though.
think
It
that was the
fun.
biggest disappointment, really. I can't think it. If anything else was worse, it's probably the reason I can't think of it.
Yeah,
Well, I was disappointed with Blade.
that's right. You had seen Blade, and you
Yes.
were disappointed with
What was that?
Huh.
I think Mary's saying
Mary did this
Armageddon.
Armageddon. Like Armageddon.
Well, Mary gets a vote for
Mary gets a
Armageddon.
Well, no, she's behind the camera. She doesn't get a vote.
Oh,
so
she does too.
totally
Judy, what about
disregard
you?
this.
No votes?
No votes.
okay.
So you were disappointed with Blade. Now,
Yeah.
see, I
I'm
read
also disappointed that they took off that hospital show.
Mercy
series,
Point.
Mercy Point.
Yeah,
I
so
like
am
that.
I. I enjoyed that show.
Was that ever on TV?
Yeah, one
There were
episode.
2 episodes.
Two?
Yeah, you remember
Gee,
that.
guess I missed it.
Wise guy.
Yeah, you blinked.
You blinked and it was gone. That was it for that one. Yeah, Blade. What was I going to say? Oh, Blade. They're looking to do at least Wesley Snipes, when he was producing the film, he was looking at it as a trilogy. So they're working on at least 2 other versions
Yeah.
of Blade to make it a trilogy.
Wow.
And he's treating vampirism as equivalent to a virus, sort of like contracting AIDS. It's supposed to be a metaphor. His intent was to make the movies as a metaphor for the AIDS virus and how they deal with that. And negotiations are snagged up at the moment because one of the cartoonists who originally introduced the character Blade in the comics back in the 1960s is suing all these people because he said he didn't get first bragging rights or any of the money from the movie and so forth. So it's all tied up in court at the moment. But if it gets settled, we can look for at least a second or possibly a third Blade movie. So lots more blood. I saw bits and pieces of, get it? Bits and pieces of that
Oh,
movie.
thank you.
Just doesn't make the cut like it's supposed to.
Oh, Judy's flipping.
Uh-oh, Judy's
Okay,
flipping.
she says no.
Okay.
Either that or she's waving hi to me. Hi, Judy!
Bye.
All right, toys, props, and what's on your Christmas wish list for 1998, okay? Anybody want to start with that? I mean, I have a list, but I don't want to be the
Let's
first
let
one.
Donna start.
Okay, Donna, what's on your Christmas list
My
for this year?
Christmas list, well, I wouldn't mind getting Lost in Space for Christmas either.
Okay.
There is also a
Excuse me while I look.
customizable card set called Once Upon a Time, and it is for writers. You've got little plot things, character interrupt, the same type of thing as yours, but it's instead of having some sort of a game, it's you're telling a story, and it's all you need these little cards to intersect your
It's
points
sort of like
of the story.
it gets you started, and then you
Yeah.
go from there. Oh, that's cool.
I haven't seen it around though, but I know it was at Worldcon, but by the time I got to the table, it was gone.
Maybe they were just play testing it at that convention.
No, from what I've heard, it's supposedly out there. It's just hard to find.
Yeah, be nice
But
to
it
do.
sounds like a lot of fun. If anybody sees it, email us.
Yeah, call us
It's-
or email us.
But it's good.
All
That's
right.
my favorite.
Anything else on your wish list? No, not. Can't think of
Not genre related.
it. Not genre related. Okay. Jay, anything you can think of?
Oh boy, yeah. It's got to be science fiction or fantasy
Could be science.
related,
Well, yeah. Okay.
Because there's lots of things.
It's like Daphne show. Don't talk about Kiss. Talk about science fiction. Okay.
Anyway,
What? Am I right? She always complains to her poor husband and tries to get Kiss in there somewhere, and she always
Well.
kind of pokes him back in.
Mhm.
So, but it works. Okay.
Um,
Hi, Daphne. By the way, it's good to. Yeah.
yeah. Hello. Merry Christmas. Christmas wish list: Lost in Space, Godzilla,
Yep.
Austin Powers, which was kind of sci-fantasy to me.
Yeah. All right.
Especially with the Nancy Sinatra go-go robots there. That was too much.
That was a lot of
That was
fun.
great.
Didn't see it.
You gotta see it. It's a great movie. What else? I'd like to see something come back. Oh, I would love. It's never going to happen, but I would love to wake up some morning and find under my tree one of those Celestron telescopes. You know, one of the
Oh, the red ones.
the little short telescope you
short-
can sit in your lap and look at
Right.
like, you know, Saturn's rings and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
I would love to have one of those.
Okay.
Yes.
But aside from that, let's see.
A trip to the Kennedy Space Center?
Been there. Well, I may go back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a copy of Warcraft 2,
Yep.
which I think. Do we have it set up down here somewhere?
I'm not sure if we do or
Do
not.
we have
We
the
might.
Do we have the box set up down in front?
Yeah, we'll get
Hello?
to it. There
There it is.
Yeah, Mike.
Warcraft 2.
Mike Jr.'s addicted to that game.
Oh, as am I. I've got Warcraft, the original,
Right.
and I'm very addicted to that.
Yeah.
Barbara gets upset with me because I'll be up. It's like 3 hours will go by like that. You don't even realize
Yeah,
it.
come to bed, you ogre.
Yeah, no kidding. It's fabulous stuff. Another thing on the Christmas wish list, if I could see something come back, I'd love to see them bring back Zeroids. Remember those?
Yes,
The
there
little
were
robots?
3 of them.
Yeah.
There were 3
I had all
Zeroids.
3, and I had more fun with those
They
things
were
when I was a
cool.
kid. I'd
They
like to
were-
give them to my kids.
They were motorized, and they had these
Yep.
little sleds or something. You could wind them up, and they'd steer themselves into the sled.
Yeah, they were
and go
battery
around the
operated.
room. Battery operated.
Yep, and they had little magnets that they would throw and stuff
Yep.
like that. It was neat.
They were
Good
a lot of fun.
toy.
Chase the do-
I'd like to see that come back for a wish list.
Okay.
The only other thing I'd wish for is time.
Yeah. But
I'm too busy. I have no time to paint or anything anymore.
yeah.
So.
Well, if you live in the Next Generation universe, Star Trek, you've got all the time on your hands. Just do a time travel thing, I suppose. Because they do their. Anyways, never mind. Okay, I have a
Back to
few.
reality.
All right, back to reality. One of my things would be, and this has just came out, is Captain Action. Remember Captain Action from the 1960s? There's a new company called Playing Mantis, which just came out with Captain Action and Dr. Evil, and they're also doing all the characters. There used to be individual costumes, but now they're being sold as full figures. So the first 2, oops, cover my mouth, is the Green Hornet, Captain Action as Green Hornet, and Captain Action as Kato. And he's also going to be releasing Tonto and the Lone Ranger and all that. So I think KB Toys is the exclusive carrier for that particular toy.
Disease.
Captain Action. Disease, yeah. Captain Action. Another one is a role-playing game based on Star Trek The Next Generation universe. It's Star Trek The Next Generation role-playing game. Take a deep breath. Put out by Last Unicorn Games. It's kind of expensive. The initial book is like between $35 and $45. We can't give exact prices, but it's in that price range. But they have a lot of supplements listed for $19.99. They've got one they're going to be based on the Klingons, another one on Cardassians. It's a really well done. It's getting rave reviews in the role-playing world, and that would be worth picking up.
That's a card game, you said?
It's a role-playing game.
Oh,
it's the manual, and you roll characters and
like
so
the old
forth.
D&D and stuff like that.
Like the old D&D and stuff.
Gee, it's been so long since I've gamed. I kind of forgotten what's that.
That was supposed to be
Hint.
That was supposed to be
Hint,
but
hint.
this is a history. I usually do a lot of game mastering. We used to play Shadowrun and Star Wars.
Usually?
And stuff.
Usually would mean that he does it now,
But he doesn't
right?
now.
Yeah,
But I
but
don't
we
do it.
did it in the past 2 years.
Anyway, we haven't done it in a while. And, but that's one of my choices.
I
Getting off the
forget what my
subject.
characters' names are. Well, except for Bubbles.
Yeah, except for Bubbles. Star Wars Trivial Pursuit.
Don't go
It's
there.
on my wish list also,
Mm-hmm.
which looks like a lot of fun. A lot of questions based on the first 3 movies for Star Trek.
They have a CD-ROM monopoly for Star Wars now, too, I
They
think.
do.
Pretty sure.
Okay. Have you seen it, or?
I've seen it.
You've just seen the
I think I saw it in Toys R Us. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's where I saw it.
Yeah, those Monopoly games, the computer ones, are well done. And then Star Wars figures. With the new movie coming out next summer, we're going to be up to our heinies in action figures. But Star Wars figures would be good. And those are my choices. 10 minutes. All right, here we go. What else do you want to do? We've got lots of time.
Give out addresses, email, etc. Okay, here's an address: 325 North Main Street.
Hey, don't give anything away. Oh, I'm sorry.
I
you
didn't
don't
say
know.
who it was. Just it's an address.
All right. Why don't we go to some of these
600
toys?
Pennsylvania Avenue. Is that the right one?
That's the right one.
Okay.
Why don't we go to some of these toys and props?
1600. That's it.
Here's our email address right
Pennsylvania
there. If you want to
65000.
visit our website. Okay. And here we have.
Oh, that tree looks great, doesn't it?
It does. It looks
Well,
nice.
you can't see the tree. You can just see the lights and the ornaments.
Well, trust us, we've got lots of lights and ornaments in.
Trust us, there's a tree behind all those lights.
There is. It's a lot of fun. Here we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Yay.
We've got the friendship module,
Yep.
Yeah.
from Hallmark, the NASA. That's the Lost in Space robot.
Spice.
Spies.
Lost in space. Put a char
Don't
tobacco in your
bother
mouth
the
and talk
blind.
about Lost in space.
Okay.
Don't tease the blonde.
All right. And then
But
Judy's
it's
going to
so
pan down to
easy
something
to do.
else. And here we got
Oh,
Marvin the Martian.
Yes.
Elmira Gulch from Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
And a
there's
little
the
dog, too.
Klingon bird of prey.
Oh, it's firing!
Ah, blasters!
And there's another Marvin.
More
So-
eggnog, anyone?
Okay. And right above him is...
Bones.
I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
Exactly. But after those 12 tacos, you became...
That's the Luna module. Another
There you
NASA ornament.
There's the
NASA?
Batmobile.
NASA.
Is that the Batmobile from
She
the
went to
I'm
1960s
from Rhode
series?
Island. I can say NASA.
Batmobile.
Okay.
And what's that? Is that Evil Ernie? Is that
Yep,
what that
that's
is?
Smiley Face from Evil Ernie.
Yeah.
And we got Yoda.
We have
Yeah,
Yoda.
what's that little one there? It's
You
Is that
will
another
be.
Marvin? Yep. We've been Marvinized.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
we got
Taz.
Two, we got two.
That's Taz?
Taz?
That's Taz.
Okay.
All right.
Trust
We'll
us, that
we'll
was
take your word
Taz.
for it.
That's Marvin.
There's Marvin right there. There's
Yeah.
another one.
We got the Mistletoe Fairy.
Oh, cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, cool.
Very neat.
Nice stuff. All right, then now they're going to try to focus on some of the things, props and so forth that we've got. We'll talk about those. All right, Timothy Bradstreet, wonderful artist. Maximum Black is one of his art books. If you are a big Shadowrun fan, you're familiar with his artwork. This guy does some awesome stuff. Definitely pick that up. And then next
Star
to him,
Trek.
we have a Star Trek Next Generation figure. Looks like a Klingon.
Looks like Gowron.
Probably is.
And then, of
Okay.
course, the
There's the
Romulan.
Romulan keepsake ornament
Yeah.
from Hallmark. And then we have some Bernie Wrights in artwork
Yeah.
for the mutants.
Great
And Rice
book.
is the vampire.
The Bernie Wrightson book
The
is great.
Vampire Armed,
Armed.
isn't it?
Thank you.
Armand.
Armand.
I'm sorry, Armand.
Vampire armed.
Oh.
Comes with his own steak.
That's right.
myself. I'm killing myself.
If you want to email us, you can email us at sci-fi-journal@compuserve.com. Make sure you put a little underline between sci and fi.
Yep.
There's our website, okay? Getting back to props. Stock cars are big collectibles, and one of the collectibles they released was based a promotional for Star Trek First Contact. That's not only a stock car collectible, it's a bank as well, and the wheels turn. And if you're into stock car collectibles, it's kind of cool. And there's another
Okay,
Marvin,
a Marvin the Martian tape.
A tape.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's our little
Because
Dalek.
because it's the holiday.
Because, well,
we put
I've
Santa
got
in
nothing
there.
wrong with that.
We put
That's
Santa
fine.
in there. There's a Dalek from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And while I'm talking about Doctor Who, I want to say hello to Ed Perry, who's a guy who works at Shaw's Supermarket in my area. He's a big fan of the show. He watches all the time, and he says, "Why don't you do something about Doctor Who?"
I think it's a great idea.
It is. We will in the future, but I wanted to say hi to him in the meantime.
Yeah. Now, see that? I mean, if people send in your ideas. We'll cover something if you want to see something about it. It'll be great.
That's right. Now, if you want to join the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club, you can email us. You can write to us at Post Office Box 8515, Warwick, Rhode Island. The zip is 02888. You must be at least 18 years old to join the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. It's adults only, so we don't have to worry about kids and legal problems. And we
Right.
can go to movies and so forth. That's the only
And
reason.
we're not
why
the
we
kind of
do
group
it.
that ever does any kind of product endorsements or anything. So
Yeah, forget that one.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I left a mark on,
Oh, no.
on the expensive tablecloth.
Yeah, our little paper holiday
It's a
tablecloth.
blotter.
Donnie wants to
Taking
say
a
something.
survey this month. Does Jay have too much caffeine in his system?
Taking another survey. Donna's got a tinkle. Ooh, that's
My ears are
obnoxiously-
ringing.
That's right, she does. Hey, how much time do
Okay.
we have left on this show anyway?
How much time do we have left?
What-
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. or
5
so.
minutes to kill? Okay, in this corner. Jay. No. Boy, well, let's talk about the year in review. I mean, I think we've had a good time this year on the show.
We enjoyed it. Had
We
some
really
good shows.
did.
We had a little bit of a delay moving into a new studio, but
Mhm.
here we are. Thank you, East Providence Cox Cable, for your indulgence. We appreciate the patience.
Had a bit of a hiatus for a couple of months where Manny filled in rather capably
Right.
for me.
Yep. Did some good stuff.
And then disappeared to Maine, never to be heard from again.
Manny, where are you? We don't know.
I think he was last seen being kidnapped by some chipmunks or something.
You think so?
Not sure.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty wild.
Congratulations. We've had a few marriages this year.
Yep, congratulations
John and Becky.
to John and Becky Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, John and Becky Chase
members of the
got
club.
married. Great party, guys. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Bob Eggleton married an Australian artist by the name of Marianne Plumridge, who is a very, very good artist, very capable in her own right, and I think you're going to be seeing a lot more about her in the future. Let's see.
I think that's about it.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
trying
it
to
was a
kill
good
some
year.
time here, guys.
I know, but we have to wrap it up anyway, so we'll just say
We're going to wrap it
happy-
up. Hey, that's great.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. We hope this is
Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. We want to wish everyone the best of holidays. We look forward to seeing you in 1999 with some new and wonderful ideas. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you write into us or email us. We'll be glad to get your questions and comments. And good luck for the end of 1998. We'll see you back in 1999.
Bye.
Bye.